The game going?
I'm slightly higher than before, I think. I think I was 1222, now I'm 1225, so going up. I think I like the C3 variation okay. I was playing B3 for a bit. That's kind of fun too. I don't know. It just seems pretty good. I feel like their moves are a little bit. Hmm, I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of hard to know the way this is going, so we'll see. Okay. Wow, that's weird. When they moved the other pawn up, I thought they were allowing the bishop out, and currently that's not the case. I'm a little puzzled, to be honest. Hmm. I probably shouldn't do this, but I think I will try it. And then. What? Oh. Whoa! That's a little. Oh, they took. Okay, I thought they did something other than take. I totally saw wrong what they did at first, so that's a little more normal. They actually did that. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Kind of want a castle. Kind of want to just get out. I think I will castle because I'm thinking of doing a pawn break. Let's see if I go here. Pawn takes. Pawn takes. Might as well get my knight out. They are probably just going to castle, but oh well. I guess it's alright. Yeah, they didn't. That's interesting. Queen. Okay, interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, okay. So they have both knights there now. Interesting. So I could take with one. Ooh, of course the knight moved. I kind of like the idea. Well, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter that much. If I open this up, if I take the pawn, that kind of weakens me more than anything, probably. Dang, they're attacking my bishop too. I wasn't thinking about that. I just saw that, actually. Probably need to not let that happen. Wow, this is a tough one. Maybe I'll just take that first, and then they take, and then I bring the bishop back, which is kind of okay. It's probably bad, but I'll try it, I guess. Okay, let me see. I think I should just get this, unfortunately, and then guess I have to do king there to allow me to move the pawn up, but I don't want to leave that hanging for too long. Okay, let's see. Rook. That's dumb. I should have figured they would do that. So I'm thinking about having this battery with the queen and bishop. The rook can go up to a3 if necessary and come over. That's one way that could happen. But I like the idea of doing this battery. So we'll see. Of course, the knight, if it goes to g6, it would totally stop this attack that I'm trying to do anyway. So I might just have to forget it if they end up going there. I just thought of another idea. If I can get my bishop to a5, that could be a nice pin, although it would take a few moves to get there, and it would be a completely different plan, but it just gives me another thing to potentially be working on. And I'm so disappointed that I had my audio off earlier. I don't know how it does that. It just randomly happens, and so the person followed and unfollowed. It's just because I never talk. Like I get it, I understand. People don't want silence. I guess that makes sense. But it's like, why did I? I just wish my audio wouldn't randomly turn itself off. It's just sad. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be improving as I go, and things will get better. It's just gonna take some time, but just as fun whether I'm streaming or not, whether I have people on or not. So, it'll still be good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far I can go. I mean, I've checked out different channels and just a variety of channels, just seeing what's out there as far as streamers and different things, and it's been really interesting, really fun. I just am so excited to see how things develop in the next few years as I get going with this. Wow, I'm surprised they're taking so long. They well, they have a few options actually, but it's not really. I guess not too many, but they've got like 3 decent options. Maybe not 2. pretty good options, I think. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't moved yet. Because, yeah, the more I'm looking at this, the more it looks like they've only got a couple of choices. Huh, that was weird. I heard it make a noise even though it didn't move. And whenever I hear it, I think they moved, and then it's like, oh, I guess not. I'm not streaming the computer audio because it's just moves. I mean, it's great for gaming, but if it's not gaming, it's a little less necessary, so. Anyway, I'm gonna try this. It may not be good, but I want to try it. I actually prefer that move anyway, partly because it doesn't get in the way of what I was planning, and partly because it prevents the rook from coming on that file and pinning my queen, or pinning my knight to the queen, so I like that. Okay, that's annoying. I should have guessed they might do something stupid like that. Can't go there. I'm really cutting them off largely, it feels like. I mean, huh, if they take and I take, that's okay. Honestly, I would rather not trade queens probably, but I think I kind of wouldn't mind in a way if they do want it. Okay, I should have guessed they might go for the bishop that way, or go for the rook, I should say. I kind of like this. I feel like I'm doing okay. Ooh. Okay, that's alright. I just have to move it. I was going to anyway. Oh man. Well, I don't know what to expect, if anything. Wow. If I go there, I don't even know what to think. Oh, I know what I was thinking I'd like to do. Oh, I can't, because the pawn is in the way. I'll go here. If they take my knight, I can take with the pawn, which would be kind of nice. They can take my pawn, although that's not great for them, probably. Whoa, I'm not mated. That's impossible. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I can't believe I let that happen. That was very foolish. I just gave the game to them. I wasn't even trying to win. Okay, I'll admit it. I suck. That was obvious, and I just gave it to them. I didn't try at all. Okay. It's kind of hilarious how stupid I am at times, and then sometimes I play great. It's just that's always been my issue, though, is inconsistency. There's just no. It's just impossible to know how I'm going to be from game to game. So sometimes it's day to day, but I'd say it's usually game to game. It's just random and there's no telling. I can't believe I didn't try at all and just let myself be mated. Well, so I'm going to be probably streaming a lot tomorrow, and then beyond that, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what day I'm working this week. If I am working this week, I need to work that out. And then I will be streaming a lot every other day, probably. I'm just trying to be consistent and see what happens. Okay, cool. Ooh, that was, yeah, that was probably dumb because they can probably just advance the pawn. Yep, that was foolish because now I have to block this way. It's the only way to prevent that from being a problem. I should have known. And of course I decide to keep myself pinned, which is ridiculous and completely unnecessary. Oh, I could do check. Then they block with the bishop. It's the same problem that I had before. Actually, that's a great idea, to be honest. I should have just done that to begin with. We'll have to see what they do, though, because they're definitely thinking a lot. I'm afraid that this might be over. Now that I... Oh, I couldn't have done it last turn. I had to move to this diagonal, and next turn I'll be able to. Okay. If I do that... Dang, this is really bad. I had a feeling they might do that. If I take with that, and they take with knight, or check if they play the bishop back. I should probably take with the knight, honestly, and then they take with knight. I know I'm an idiot, but it's probably the best thing to do, given my dumbness. I can't think of a better option at this point. Can't believe I want to be down a piece. If I was smart, I would have not taken that pawn, but oh well. And if they took the knight, I would actually kind of appreciate that, I think. I just can't believe I chose to go down a ton. Although that's weird, they're acting like I'm only down one pawn. I'm actually down 2 pawns. Actually, I'm just down a piece. Although they can just take that pawn anytime they please, so I'm really only down, I'm really down a couple. Yeah, I knew it. I knew that was coming. I am just being dumb. If I could get smart, that would be amazing, because I'm just being an idiot at the moment. I need to just start playing decently instead of completely sucking. Okay, knight out. Makes sense. Jeez, I'm already screwed, so I think I'm just gonna end it here and start over, because tonight is a terrible night in terms of my play. I can't do well, I know it, so might as well not increase my torture. I should have just not let them take my knight. Well, no, I should have not given away a knight for a pawn. That was very stupid, and I deserve to suck. So maybe I can get smarter. This person is low enough that I might have a slight chance of not completely failing. Oh, weird. That's a little of a different move. Oh, they're so weird. I can't believe they did that. That was super dumb. I am glad they didn't realize that my king could take them, because that's insane that they just let that happen. They're crazy. Clearly. Oh, I'm shit. I can't believe I let them do that. That was dumb. I guess I'll be stupid and let them take everything, because what else would I do? Oh, I'm glad they're dumb. Wow, that's great. I thought they were going to be smart and take my pawn and threaten my rook and all kinds of crap, and instead they just wanted to be nice to me. That's good. Lets me get out of this mess. Should win easily, since they decided to relieve the pressure. Of course, if they were thinking, they'd be using their other pieces. Instead, they just randomly gave me one, and then have only moved their queen since. It's really weird. So this might actually be one I can win if I'm lucky. Because meanwhile, I'm already almost developed, which is awesome. I totally gave them the game, because they could have taken the pawn on b2 and taken my rook, and I would have just sucked but thankfully they've decided against that. Ooh, okay, so bringing the bishop in, that's actually really smart. I can understand that. I'll just attack the queen! And now my piece... Oh, they're so weird. I can't believe they just moved it instantly and didn't even think. They're weird. That was really strange that they decided to let me do that. And let's see. I'm totally okay to give away the rook for the queen. That's not bad at all. Looks like they're just throwing the game, so that's nice, I guess. As much as I'd rather people try, it is kind of nice to have an easy one once in a while. It's actually, well, they could move the rook, although it's pretty dangerous, allowing that discovered check, sort of. Not really. I mean, it looks scary, but there's probably nothing major I could do at this point, especially since the queen is already gone. Wow, that's different. Okay. Actually, I should just take this pawn. That's actually really nice. Staying on the light squares and that. Okay, let's see. I can... probably should have just taken... Shoot. That was probably dumb, honestly. I will just go back here. Yeah, it's not that bad. I can just move now. I don't know why I thought I was in such a bad position. The rook, or the knight, was already gone, so that's one less thing to worry about. Oh, the knight is also defended by the bishop. That's cool. I didn't even notice that earlier, but I appreciate that. Okay, interesting. Thank you for the free knight. Or maybe I should say good night, knight. Okay, let's see. What do we do here? So, anyway, I'm thinking about taking this pawn, although I'm not sure that it does very much. It might at this point make sense to just go down and pin the bishop. They could take my knight, so I kind of don't want to do that. I mean, I have a massive lead. If I had just left the bishop where it was, actually I got the knight for free, but my knight doesn't have any more defenders except for the queen right now, so it's kind of hard to... Right now I am attacking the pawn, and I'm kind of thinking of just going for that right now, so we'll see. Oh yeah, dark square bishop could attack the rook, make it move, and then I'd have two attackers. That's probably the simplest thing to do. That'll give me a lead. Although, again, I can just take the pawn. That's what I was preparing, and on the other hand, the bishop move looks pretty good right now. Although, they could move the rook over one to h7 and then pin the bishop to the queen, and that's not great. So, probably my original plan of taking the pawn is better. Wow, are they still... Guess they're still thinking. They were just playing so quickly to start with. I'm really surprised. I feel like people at such a low level normally just play fast the entire time. I'm kind of surprised they decided to slow down here. Huh. If they move up, if they protect the pawn, I may just move the rook in to d1. They could do that by moving the bishop. Of course, if I take the bishop, it's defended by the rook and king, so that's probably a good move. If they attack my knight, I don't know what I'll do exactly. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of wish I'd done rook d1 first. Well, looks like they are still going. There's a lot of time left. I hope they make a move. If I were in their shoes, I might do that. I might just attack the knight. If you can get some kind of initiative going, that's good. And attacking with a pawn, I kind of have to respond to it, so that's probably what I would do if I were them in this position. But anyway, let's see. So I'm thinking rook d1, I'm thinking of taking that pawn. Those are the two main things I'm thinking about right now. Feeling pretty safe with the king, given that queens are, well, their queen is gone, and I've done a lot of stuff already. If they do attack my, well, if they can't ever dislodge my queen, they could maybe take the h2 pawn. That could be a weakness. The king could just move over one, defend it, I guess, before they get a chance to do that. Obviously, the rook can't go there right now. Actually, for them, I was thinking either pawn f5 or bishop e6, but now I'm wondering if for them king up to c7 looks pretty good because it's behind pawns, seems pretty safe to me. It would also allow their rook on a1 to get into the game. So I feel like king c7 might be a pretty decent move for them right now. I'm not sure if they were thinking about that at all when they played king d8 or if they were literally just wanting to avoid a discovered check. That's probably it, but I feel like king c7 would be a pretty decent move. Although I do have the dark squared bishop, they could advance the pawn or block with the bishop. Well, advancing the pawn would be really good because the bishop would defend it. And then they have this whole wall of pawns they have to figure out how to get through. I mean, my queen could move and start picking them off pretty easily, I think. Maybe some of them, but I don't know if it's that easy for them. Yeah, and if they do advance the pawn, that would really weaken the c6 pawn. And I'm just seeing me going bishop b7 to attack c6 pawn and rook. And the rook wouldn't be able to move over and defend the pawn, of course. Anyway, yeah, I really feel like king c7 might be the best move for them. Might be, I'm not sure, but it looks pretty good. I'm starting to wonder if they're even still on, because they went from moving super fast all the time to not moving at all. And I'm just like, what's going on here? Anyway, dang, it's only +5. That's pretty sad. Yeah, I kind of have a pretty major lead right now, so. But I am starting to fear that they might just. Dang it. I don't know. I wish it would just end if they aren't gonna do something. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I should see or that could be good. I guess I don't see a rook move with their A rook being very useful. And the other rook, probably not. So, anyway, I'm just trying to look for more moves because I'd like to talk about things. It just feels like there's not a lot more I can say about this. I feel like I've covered most of the main ideas that are decent at all. So, I'm also just realizing how safe my king is. I mean, they have a dark squared bishop, and my bishop is defending the king on one side and the pawn on the other side, so that's perfect. And I actually like having the pawn on f6. I don't really want to take that, because it prevents my king from being on the open file. Obviously, if the pawn goes away, if the file does become open, I'd move my king over to g2, and that would be a lot safer, but just trying to see if there's anything else to notice or to say about this, because there's just a ton of time that has to pass, and unfortunately, we're probably just waiting for the clock to run down, which I hate to say, because that's lame. They should just resign if they don't want to finish. But, I don't know. At the lowest levels, that happens a decent amount of the time where the game is just abandoned. And I don't know at what point that happens. Like, I know if there's a disconnection, it will say, disconnection, and it'll end in a certain number of minutes, but if they literally leave it connected and just wait, hoping I disconnect or something, it's just like, really? And that's the hard part, too. Because on the one hand, since I'm streaming, I'd much rather be doing an active game and, playing and so forth. But I also don't want to give anybody the satisfaction of, oh, I'm resigning just because you're taking forever. That would be sad. If people actually do that, if they actually gain rating points because of that, that would be unfair. So that's unfair to me. So I just don't want to deal with it. Well, my daily games from team matches I'm doing are not going on right now. I was going to say I might move in one, come back, move in one, come back, that kind of thing. Because I kind of hate to just sit here forever and just not have anything to do. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about bishop h6 again, but again that's not good because then the queen or the bishop can be pinned and they could take, which would not be great. Of course, if I take the pawn on f6, that would also allow them to pin to the king, which would be even more dangerous. But the reason I was thinking that is I was thinking that way that the knight would be defending the queen. And honestly, because I have such a huge lead already, trading my queen for their rook might not actually be bad. Really? But obviously it's not necessary. I mean, I already basically know what's good. But I'm just trying to talk about absolutely everything in the position just because we're waiting for the clock to run out. That's the only reason I'm trying to come up with stuff, even if it's not very good. Still, maybe bishop to f5. F4. Bishop to f4 with the idea of knight to d6. Because any trades would be good for me. I don't like that because they could push d5 and attack, or e5 and attack the bishop, which wouldn't be good for me. And then I just have to retreat anyway. But again, it's just another thing. So thinking about that. But if they push the f pawn, then I would seriously consider moving the bishop to f4 after I move the knight, of course. But the point is, at that point, the pawns would be next to each other, not defending each other anymore, and that would, make them more vulnerable. So, yeah, that's probably a good score for the bishop. And to be honest, I'm glad I saw that at least, because the more I'm looking at this, that's like the only good score for it. Although that's not totally true, because again, if they push f5, I can say bishop to d5, d4, and attack the rook. So that's probably actually what I would do after moving the knight. It's just maybe just attack the rook. I mean, any more pressure I could put on would be good because I've already done that a lot and they're already down a lot. So any major attack I have is good just to have more pressure. So yeah, I guess the bishop is. But again, I kind of want to just do rook d1. It's a simple move. It's an easy move. It's probably the next move I was going to make anyway. Probably is what I'll do if there's no threat. Just to get my final piece into the game. King g2 is always an option if I need a move also. So much time has passed and I'm kind of just trying to think of what was I going to do? What are the good options? And I think rook d1 and king g2 are two of the best just for... Obviously, if I had to move tonight, I would. It's just I'm considering other candidate moves in case. I kind of like the late squared bishop where it is. Taking a retreat square from the king, like I said, king c7 is probably a really decent one for them. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like they're just letting time run out, and I hate to say that, hate to see that, but that's what's happening. There's not a ton of time left. I don't know. I almost wonder if I should report them for. Well, if I did, I'd probably want to do it after the fact, not before. Uh-oh. Just try. Here we go. Let me see. Which one is it? I'm just going to see what their options are. That's tough. I don't know. I'd like to, but honestly, it's hard because since I probably only play each opponent once, I don't necessarily want to report. Like, if it was cheating, if it was like botting or something, and I could prove that, that's definitely worth reporting. But I don't necessarily want to report for stalling or cheating because, like, if I'm only going to play them one time, on the other hand, maybe it is good to do it just for the sake of, like, if it happens a lot and people report it a lot, then maybe they actually get banned or something. But I don't. It's hard. It's like when I do have one game, is it worth doing that? I'm not sure. Nice to see the future. I saw somebody else streaming talking about the reporting and just showing, oh yeah, you can say cheating, just pick a category, whatever. So I've never actually used the feature, but it's really cool that it's really neat to see that. Man, I can't wait for this to be over. I'm just, I wish I had my games to move in or something else to be doing in the meantime, and unfortunately, I don't really. So, let's see. 3. Oh, it looks like they got an extra pawn. I was just looking at material count again. Well, I am. Oh, I'm kind of surprised I didn't notice the flags. Sometimes I look at the flags, sometimes I just don't pay much attention to it. Peru, interesting. It is kind of neat to see the different flags. That's one of the first things I noticed when I started chess.com. It's like, it's really cool that you can just pick your flag and have that and displaying people from different countries and, you know, just that interaction. Oh my gosh. At least I didn't have to wait for the entire time to run out, but that was a little bit crazy how long that was. Alright, I've got to go for a second. I should have done it during the game, unfortunately. I'll be right back. You know, the more I think about it, I think I actually will report them because I realize that. Uh, wait, let me see. It says abandonment for the reason that it ended, so that's even another proof that they just left. And I feel like it's probably good to. And since stalling is an option, it just makes sense to do it. Okay, now I will go get another game going. But I've never reported anyone, but I think I'm going to start just simply because if it says the game was abandoned, it's probably a good thing to report in most of those cases because that's probably what really happened. Wow, it's another really low player. We will see what happens here. Hopefully we can be winning some more, but hey, the way I was struggling to even stay over 1200, I guess I'm just grateful to be there, even if it's not ideal. Okay, let me see. Knight takes, pawn takes. Ah, shoot. That doesn't work. I will just castle for now, I guess. Maybe take the... Maybe I should take their knight. I do tend to enjoy taking the knight. Well, okay. I kind of wanted to take the knight anyway. Now I really am going to. Okay, interesting. Wait a minute. Maybe I should just take this pawn. Thank you. Oh, they are able to move the queen because my knight is there, but they can't take the knight, and I can create a discovered check. So I'd say this is still good, and since they don't have any other pieces involved, it can't really be bad. Let's see. Wait a minute. If I go there, they can't move the king there. Well, they can block with the bishop or the knight, so I guess I still don't really have any major attack going, unfortunately. Well, this is going well so far. It's probably good to get my knight or get my bishop out. If they advance the pawn, I'll probably just move. Okay, they didn't even do that. Ooh, castling? That's not bad, actually. Huh. Probably that's actually a really decent move for them, to be honest. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, oh shoot, the knight is still in the back row defending. I guess they're planning on moving the knight really soon, though. Just for the sake of letting the rook attack, so... Oh shoot, they can just take with the knight, though. They don't... Ooh, they went to the wrong place. Perfect. It's just what we wanted. Well, that's a good start. I feel like they are in a pretty rough position already here. I guess they still have the bishop too. Bishop, knight, and queen, so I just need to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get anything set up. Yeah, kind of had a feeling they'd move the bishop. Okay. Attacking my queen, that makes sense. Let's see. Shoot. That's not very nice. Yeah, that'll also help their knight not come in, so I will do that for now. That's actually a really good move. Really prevents their knight from going to a good square, which is great. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I am glad that report feature is there. Like I said, I've never used it. I've been playing on chess.com since 2010, not super consistently that whole time. But the point is, it's just nice to know, and I'm just like, I should use it when a game is abandoned. That's a really good thing. That is on there as one of the reasons, and might as well let them know. And even though it's sort of not a huge deal because I'm playing a different person each time, most likely, I think it's probably good if they know, because if it's a habit for a person, it's probably good for chess.com to know and take whatever action they take against that, because I just, there's no reason to do that. You just resign and move on to the next game if you don't like it. So, you know, that's easy. And I don't understand why people are against just doing that. But Anyway, okay. Dang it. I'm really not sure what to do here. This is a really rough position. If I take that pawn... Dang it. Hmm. Wow, this is hard. I have no idea what to do. It might be a lot worse for me than I thought it was. Ooh, maybe that's the answer. In fact, maybe I just go here instead of defending the pawn, because that way I can take if they move it up. And I'm also on the same file as my rook, and I can create this threat if the knight ever moves. But even so, at least this gives me the freedom to move the pawn. My bishop should come out too. I don't know where I should go, honestly, and it's weird because they're doing very well for how little they have right now. Either that or I just don't even know what to do, but it's kind of crazy to be honest. Dang it, they did advance the pawn. I wonder if they might. I think, if I attack the queen, is there any point to that? Might as well. The knight is defending the bishop, so I still can't take that, unfortunately. But I still kind of like this. I am interested to see where they will go. That could make things a little bit easier for me. Okay, good. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Maybe I should just move my queen. Wait a minute. Yeah, queen here, and then 2 pieces for the rook. I'd be totally 4 right now because they are down a lot of material, so if I can get the knight and bishop out, put me in a much better position. My bishop and rook aren't even out yet, so that's good. And yeah, this is looking good for me. Makes sense. I kind of expected that. I think I just want to do this, though. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. No. Yeah, the knight was defending the pawn, so I couldn't do that anyway. And the reason we're doing this is because they're already down a lot, and so I think in this case it's probably good to do this. And I'm also now double attacking this pawn, so I like that. I should just get rid of that. I'm still on that pawn, but I just... Oh my gosh, that was stupid. Wow, I was not even thinking. That was really smart. I was not thinking at all. I just let them do that. But they have a queen, and I have knight, bishop, and rook. Should totally be winning still, but oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that to myself. Completely unnecessary, to be honest. If I lose it, I totally deserve it because I was dominating and then I just decided to give in and let them win. So that was just my own dumbness. Let's see, if I go here, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there because of a pawn, can't go there because of a bishop, can't take. I still don't feel like they have any checks or anything right now. Yeah, this is a really good square for my bishop. Gosh, they can take the pawn though, and then they have more options after that. Although I can put the rook there at that point, so that'll help a little bit. I cannot believe I decided to throw the game. I sure hope I don't lose, but I probably will because that's how I am. Like, I just like throwing the game for some reason. Oh, good. They don't even have that check. Not that it matters. They have a check. That's all that does matter. So, frustrating. I cannot believe I let this happen. It's so stupid. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. That was just me being so dumb, honestly. There. So insane how dumb I can be. It's absolutely absurd. If I lose, I totally deserve it. I know that. Probably should move my bishop back to where it's working with the pawn. Just cause. At least I can defend everything pretty easily. I guess that's encouraging, kind of. Although, I don't know why it should be. I mean, there's no way they can win, and yet they will, I'm sure, somehow. Pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. I feel like I've kind of almost trapped them, which is a little bit weird. I'm kind of surprised they did that. That's kind of a strange move, to be honest. They really need to move the queen now. Unfortunately, I've just freed up the space for them. Okay, I'm glad they decided to be nice and give away the queen, because that helps a lot. Will make it way easier. I might have done okay anyway, but I doubt it because I'm just no good. So I knew the easiest way would be is if I could get the queen, and now that's happening, so that's great. Glad I didn't give up. I guess I knew I couldn't give up. I mean, I had the three pieces, so it's not entirely unreasonable, but just, that was crazy. I knew there would be no back rank mates. That was the important thing. So it's just like, better make this work. And wow, took a while, but I got it finally. That really took some fighting. I really totally messed up and got lucky, and it worked out. Absolutely absurd, but I'm grateful. It's grateful that it ended up being a win because I'm a little bit shocked about that, to be honest. Let's see. I don't I don't know what to think about this because I know that's such a frequent plan at lower levels to make the do the queen and knight or the knight and bishop combo because the queen doesn't want to take, so it's like I get it, but I'm also just like it's hard to want to deal with that. It's like it's probably not even good, and yet it is if you don't counter it right, if you don't know what you're doing, it's so easy to fall into a trap there. But it does mean this. Like, usually, you know, I remember hearing in a video recently, it's like in queen pawn openings, don't move the c pawn until you, or don't move the knight until you move the c pawn. That's pretty good advice. I'm a little surprised that I never really thought of that or caught on to that or whatever. So I'm trying to follow that advice now. Most people don't, but it's probably correct, I would say. But it's just weird because people don't follow that advice anyway. So it's hard to, like, is it really helping me? Maybe, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. Oh, oh, shoot. I wish I just put the queen there, to be honest. Dang it. I wish I'd seen that. That would have been really nice, and I didn't even think of it. This is okay, though. Having the knights there defending each other, and then moving the queen out of the way. It's going to be pretty decent, I would say. Wow, this is interesting because I feel like they've already pre advanced pawns decent amount on one side, and if they don't take my bishop and I take the knight, that could really mess up pawns on that side for them. So I feel like they may not have a good way to castle this game at all. Um, of course, if they take the bishop and I take back, that's different. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Da, 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 da. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Lucky that my queen and knight happen to be defending that pawn. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. It's been good so far. I'm enjoying it, although I'm curious to see if anything, what's going to happen here. Because I don't know. It just feels weird. Like they could take with their knight, and then they're attacking my queen, and I'm thinking I take their pawn. They take with queen, I take with bishop, but it's looking a little dangerous, and that would actually be bad anyway, because then they fork my king and rook, and that's not great. So I think I should have calculated this more before I did it. Although if they take my rook, then I take their bishop. This is assuming that they're going to take that pawn with the knight right now instead of dealing with the bishop. So it might actually be pretty decent. But looking at it, it makes me a lot more feeling like this might actually not be good for me. But it might kind of be two pieces for the rook, because maybe I get that knight and the bishop that I'm currently attacking, if all that goes as I'm seeing it. Oh, actually, if the knight takes the pawn, I can just take with my bishop, and then they could take with a queen. Okay, they backed up. That makes sense, kind of. Now what? Hmm. Makes sense. Huh. If knight takes, then what? That really concerns me. I'm not a huge fan of that at all. Oh yeah, knight takes, bishop takes. So they would just be up a pawn. Wait. No, because then they could get my bishop if I do that. That's not good. I don't like that at all. Uh, shoot. This is a hard one. Um, Part of me wants to just take the knight. Um, that might be good. Might be the best idea right now. I like taking the knight anyway, because it messes up the pawns there. It means their king will have even less option of how to deal with, to stay defended in the long run. So that might be good. Now it's what next? So the queen is the only thing attacking that pawn. Or no, the bishop is the only thing attacking that pawn, so I'm not worried about that right now that much. Knight takes. I think I'll go here for now, just to defend that pawn. This pawn had one less attacker, so I'm not as worried about that. And then maybe I'll play f3, f6 to defend it. And then my knight and queen will be freer to do whatever later on. I don't know why I thought, geez, this is weird. Okay. That's really sad. Well, they aren't going to have a very safe way to be castling either. I guess I won't castle. They aren't castling. I guess it's fine. They can't put me in check. I guess I could still go kingside if I really want to. Maybe I will. I have the choice if I want it. But I just don't. I can't believe I'm just giving away my pawns, though. That's pretty dumb, to be honest. Oh wow, I'm surprised they didn't just take that, to be honest. Totally thought they would. Of course, if I do that, they just move the king up, and then they aren't even having a problem there. So that's not helpful. Maybe I'll just do this for now. The pawns being doubled there is really helpful, not to mention the fact that they, I don't know, it just looks like I'm relatively safe here, even though it really shouldn't be. I just have to hope they don't go to G3 or G6 and stay there for the rest of the game, which they might. But my queen is on that row as well, so it's not that bad. Maybe I just block with the queen. That would also, well, my pawn's already defended by the rook. It's not a big deal. If they want to trade queens, maybe I can. I'm only down a pawn right now, and their structure is so crazy that I probably will just end up doing okay no matter what. I can't believe they castled. That's kind of pointless. I'm kind of glad because it's kind of weird, but like that doesn't really do anything. They could back up with the bishop. That's literally all they can do with it right now, which is kind of funny. I like it. Oh my god. Well, that was me just being dumb. I don't know why I chose that, but that was just not smart at all. Okay. My bishop really needs to do something. My bishop is, like, worthless as of now. I could go up, and the queen can't go there, 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 there. Yeah, the bishop is going to be lost now. They don't really have a choice. Actually, I think the queen is trapped. Which, what? Why did I do that? That was pointless. They can just take it. I looked at everything except the most important move. I mean, it does allow me to get the bishop, but I don't know that that's any good because then they can just put me in check. Oh, well, that's nice of them. Well, sort of, although that was foolish. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Gosh, I wasn't thinking. That was dumb. Oh, geez, now they can just take that. And it's check. And that's really, really dumb of me. I really just wanted to mess up this time, I guess. I'm just doing everything wrong today. I guess I was just anticipating the check that I have available pretty quickly, but it isn't even going to matter. Absolutely ridiculous. I've just not been playing well at all. I should have known the queen wasn't trapped. It's kind of impossible to trap a queen because queens have a lot of scope and they're always going to have somewhere to go. What? I'm shocked that they moved away. I was not expecting that at all. That's pretty amazing. If they had just taken the pawn, I think I would have been kind of in trouble, to be honest. It's funny that they're that eager to keep the bishop. Oh, they can't take back. I forgot. That's awesome. Actually, they can just move. Well, they can't put me in check there or there because of the pawn. I really don't see how they can. I think this is a pretty tough position for them. This is like, if it works for me, it's just luck. I mean, I may have some skill, but I'm amazed it's going as well as it is. My king is so exposed, there's no way it's safe. But it actually looks pretty safe, and that pawn is pinned. This is ridiculous. Like, I seriously can't imagine how I'm surviving this. But it's looking pretty good right now. They could take with... No, they can't take with a bishop because it's pinned. I was about to say they could do that, but they can't, so... It's literally extremely crazy how ridiculous this position is, because I should not be winning at all. I'm down an entire rook, and yet, and my bishop is worthless. My bishop is like doing absolutely nothing as it has the entire game. So it's a little bit crazy to me. They might just advance the pawn. Um, they might just play f3 just to give their king an escape square. I guess that could help create a way out, so they might survive, but I don't know. Some people would maybe resign in this position, but... Oh, duh. How did I not see that? That was obvious. Of course they have that. Like, I should have known there'd be a check somewhere. And now they can just take with the pawn like they wanted to, and everything's great for them. It's so annoying. Like, I should have known there was no hope. The only interesting thing is that at least now my bishop is actually on a diagonal that maybe kind of matters a little bit. Okay, let's see. Wow, that was nice of them. Oh my god, I'm dumb. I was not thinking. I should have been smart and not given away my queen for no reason. That was very foolish. I knew the two were defending each other, that's why I couldn't take that earlier. I'm so stupid. I mean, literally, there's no reason for me to be an idiot and give away my queen for no reason. I used to do that, and then I got over it, and then for some reason I decided to start doing it again. Like, why? There's no reason for that at all. Probably doesn't matter because I was dead in one move anyway, and there's probably nothing I could have done. But if I'd actually thought, I would have just resigned instead of making a terrible move for no reason. It's just sad. It's always sad when I do that. I wish I could just be smart. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is terrible. I can't do this. This is way worse than I realized. I probably just have to move right back, to be honest. Because otherwise they can do to me what I was trying to do to them. Oh, okay, they didn't even attack the queen. That's perfect. I was about to say I could be in huge trouble, but it's fine. This I can work with. I'm just sad that I was dumb and let them get away. Because surely I didn't have to do that. Dang it, I should have known they would do something dumb like that. Let's see. Jeez, I'm probably just screwed. I should have done something useful instead of putting myself in a stupid position where there's no good options. I might have to just give away the game because I'm afraid they might just chase my queen all over the place and I'll get nowhere anyway, so we'll see. Yeah, damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I should have not even bothered because I just knew that. Like, it's sad because if I was smart, I would have done something different. It's stupid to move the queen as much as I have been. It would be a lot better if I would be smart and develop my pieces and castle and stuff like that. But, oh well. But at least now they can't put me in check again, or they can't attack my queen again. They could, but and then I could take the knight. So I'd probably get a knight this turn, unless they decide to be smart and go to. And well, oh, right, that's a pretty obvious move. I should have thought of that. That was a clear one that I can't believe I didn't pay attention to. But unfortunately, it's irrelevant that I castled because I don't have time to attack the queen, even though that's what I should do. But if they insist on attacking me and want to attack with the knight on the E file, then I could take their other knight, potentially. The other way to attack the queen, of course, is to go to D2, but then the bishop could take, and that's simple, so. But if they do insist, then okay, and if not, then I put my rook on the E file, and they might want to move the queen out of the way. That would be good for me. So I might actually be able to get out of this eventually. Of course, I have a check available. If I go to A4, so I might do that at some point. I was going to say to give me a free move, but it wouldn't give me a free move because they'd block with the bishop and then or a pawn, and then I'd be in the same position I've been in the whole time. Pretty much. Okay, so they want to go there. I guess I'll go there. I hate that. That's really stupid, but I can't think of a better move at this point. I should really have done something else, but I'm not sure what. It's pretty sad, honestly. I'm just being dumb and having all my pieces in the back row, which is clearly not a smart move, but I can't think of a better idea at the moment. Good news is it makes it harder for them to attack my queen currently. I guess the idea they were going for is going to be a little harder now. Maybe I can move the d-pawn, get my dark square bishop out, and attack the knight, and we'll see what happens. Ooh, okay. Well, let's start with this and see where we go. Then I might get the bishop out and attack the queen. That could be good. I'm just going to check. And I hope they write to me sometime. I hope they refollow the person that followed and unfollowed the last stream. It's like, man, I feel bad. I hate it when I have no audio and give that bad impression. But that just likes to happen to me. It's very frequent that, well, no, I wouldn't say very frequent, but it's happened twice recently where my audio just randomly turned itself off. And that's kind of rough. So I guess I just have to check my audio settings every time I, from now on, I'm just always going to have to check, I guess. Dang it, they can probably, well, if they move the pawn up, then they can take with the bishop. So that's not bad. My knight defends also, so actually I'd probably take with the knight first so that I could create a discovery if they leave the queen there, which would be kind of fun. Okay, why? That was a weird move. Although I've done that before too. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why we like to do things like that. Moving away on the same diagonal so it could just be taken the same way that it would be taken anyways. It's like, okay, it's kind of weird. But as good as that game was, as much as they were driving me back, it's shocking that I got to do that. But I'm very grateful for it. Hopefully we can get a little higher. I guess I started the day at 22, went to 25, went down again, and now we're back up, but at least we're hanging around the same area, but a little bit higher than I was earlier, so I'm doing okay in terms of my rating and managing to get it up a little bit higher. So, feeling pretty good about that. And really enjoying streaming, really love. I've been checking out more channels lately too. It's just been fun. It's just exciting to check out different things and see all the different possibilities and what's out there. To think that people actually make it on Twitch and do well, it's like, if that happens to me, it's going to be down the road. But I definitely want to just be consistent. I know that's a piece, and I'm just curious to see what is possible for me. Okay. Dang it. Not a huge fan of people doing that queen move. Okay. I like it for this reason, though, because this is the second time they've done that, and I don't know why they do that, because they can't take that pawn. It's not safe. Like, clearly that's not a good move. I mean, it's just weird. This is the second game where I've had a chance to do that to someone. It's just funny that they want that to happen. Clearly, they don't mind losing a rook, because that's the best thing that can happen to them in this situation. Oops. I might actually... Oh, wow. They moved the king? A little surprised about that, to be honest. I figured, hey, might as well threaten checkmate. Why not? I take. They take with knight. And then if I take, it's mate after that. I know I should have taken the rook probably, but actually I'm attacking the queen, so they kind of have to do something here. I was seriously considering taking the rook. It looks really good originally, but then it's like, maybe it's not. Wow, that's actually pretty decent, to be honest. I guess I'm just going to be up the bishop. I guess that's it, which is kind of disappointing. I really thought it was going to be more, and now it looks like it's not. If I move back here, yeah, let's try this. Probably not a good idea, but let's try it anyway. It's weird, I know, but it's really interesting. They're definitely avoiding mate, which is funny. I kind of wish I'd just taken the rook now. And it's really bishop 4 knight, and then rook for queen if this happens this way, so it's still a lead for me, but it's not as massive as I thought it was going to be. Oh boy. Okay. I like this attacking the queen again because after this I can take that pawn, and once that happens I would be threatening another mate. So this could be really nice. Ooh, that is a really decent move, to be truthful. It really is. Hmm. I'll just threaten the mate again. Oh my gosh. Seriously? You're kidding me. Okay, at least I get something this time. Even if it's not checkmate. I got the bishop and another pawn. It's kind of funny, to be honest. I kind of like it. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely absurd. I mean, this is just crazy to me that this is how this is going so far. Okay, let me see. I kind of have to go there, which is not nice. Don't really like that very much. I guess I'll do it. It's stupid, but I guess I'll do it anyway. Man, I can't believe I did this to myself. I should have just won easily. It's great that I got 2 pieces for a pawn and a bishop for free, but like I'm not doing nearly as much as I should be doing to them. I guess, okay, that's great. That makes sense. It's a developing move. It's not threatening. Oh, I can't do that because the rook can just take me if I do that. Jeez, that's annoying. I'm just really annoyed because I feel like I'm just letting them get out. And I really wanted to not do that. Okay, that's weird. What are they doing? I don't understand. Okay, if I do this now, and they move up, then I take with the knight. And that'll work. So yeah, they kind of just helped me by doing that move, to be honest. Hey, what's up? Sure. I'll play after this game is over. Um, if you just request me as a friend, um, I will accept, and then I can challenge you after this. Interesting username. I've never seen one like that. A bunch of symbols, but I guess that makes it easy. Okay. They've been playing really well for how I've gotten a lead. I could have taken the rook in the corner earlier with the knight when I did a discovered check, and I ended up not. I tried to go for mates instead, and they're doing a lot better than I expected, so I'm going to win, but it's going to take a little bit of work. Oh, I almost wish I'd put my other knight there, but I guess the knight had to get out of the way of the bishop, so that's fine. But yeah, I think I finally got them into a trap. Okay, okay, I'm actually, well, I scrolled down so you can see it better, but I'm going to type it in as well. And I just figured, hey, how about you request me since I'm in the middle of the game at the moment? So it's, let's see. Okay, so that's mine. I just typed it out just to be, so you have it totally clear. I know you can probably see it now, but it's a little harder to see when it's scrolled down or when it's scrolled up like this. I'm going to just refresh it. Okay. So, yeah, so you can just, if you just request me, okay, that's weird. I'm not sure why I can try to look you up, I guess. I don't normally search for people because I don't really know. I mean, I don't remember exactly how to do that, but I'll try to find you after this, I guess. Hmm. Well, it could be over really soon. They could resign pretty soon because I'm finally getting a giant lead. Okay, so yeah, I'll look you up after this. I don't know exactly how to search. I think I know how to search for people, kind of, but I haven't really tried to do it once very much. And the person I did try to look up, I couldn't find. So I'll give it a try after this game, though. Hmm. Wow. Well, oh, cool. You found me. That's great. Thanks. I was gonna look you up after this game, but that's awesome. But that's partly why I typed it in chat, because I know when I have it positioned this way, you can mostly see the name, but I feel like the hyphen is like you can't see it or it's hard to see or whatever, because it's at the very bottom of the screen. But that's why I typed it in the chat too, just to make sure it would be even easier for you to see it for sure. But um, I'm glad you found it. Let's see. I don't know if I can trap the king anyway. Feel well. Actually, the knight is defending b6 if I go there, so that's good. Yeah, bishop isn't attacking anything important. e6 is defended, knight defends there. I'm just going to do this, because that takes away a square from the king. And then next move, I will be... Oh, actually... Oh, yeah. I know. I was going to move knight d7. Or a second ago, I was thinking of knight e4, and that's not good because that could be taken by the bishop. But knight d7 is a good way to go. And then the other knight has to stay on c3 to guard the pawn, or that could be taken. Well, one of the knights has to stay. It could be either one. But hey, what's up? I am streaming on Twitch. I'm using Restream, and it's streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So, um, my Twitch name is Caleb the Rook, no spaces, And you can definitely feel free to find me and follow me, but I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I actually just heard somebody say you're not allowed to do that if you're a partner, and I'm not sure about affiliates, but I'm not there yet. I just started a couple weeks ago, and so I'm doing both just using Restream, and it can stream to both at the same time, so pretty cool. Yeah, Caleb the Rook. I just said that. I don't know if you just didn't hear yet or if you just started asking right away, but I'll just type it in. I don't think I capitalized it. I don't think it matters. Oops. But honestly, at some point I might switch to Twitch only. Okay, this is my Twitch name. Um, so at some point I might just stream on Twitch and only Twitch if I end up getting if I get more well known or whatever. And at that time, like, I don't create videos at all. I'm literally just streaming and just streaming to both to reach more people. And then if I ever become a partner or something, at that point, I might stop streaming on YouTube and just let everybody know, hey, I'm on Twitch now. Hey, cool. Thanks for following. Um, but so yeah, for now I'm doing both just to increase my audience, and after a while, I might end up doing just one. So we'll see what happens. Awesome, thanks. I really appreciate that. I just started a couple weeks ago, so it's really cool to see the progress I can make in the short time that I've been doing this. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this is quite mate, but it might be. Oh shoot, they can still take. Oh man, that's even worse. I wasn't paying attention. I should have known that they were defending both of those squares. I was just thinking about before. I didn't even. That was really bad. I was just not being careful. I should have done the other one. At least on the other square, I could have recaptured. This time I'm just giving away a piece. That's sad. Oh well. I don't really care, I guess. I actually saw somebody streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I saw somebody doing that, and I was like, how is that possible? So I went to OBS, and and I discovered that Restream is one of the options. It's like they have Twitch, they have YouTube, they have Restream, they have all these things, and I was just like, what's out there? And just curious to find out what. And as it turned out, yeah, Restream was one of the options, and that's how you do it. And honestly, the guy that I saw doing it was a pretty big streamer. I'm not sure if he's a partner, but honestly, I found that really interesting that partners aren't allowed to do that. So, like, if I can do it even as an affiliate, it's like that's a huge advantage, at least to get started. But I feel like once you're a partner, you're so large that you might as well just focus on Twitch, and that's totally fine. But anyway, like I said, my biggest reason is hey, the more people I can reach at one time, the better. And there are definitely days that I have no one from Twitch. Like so far, I've had 2 from YouTube and none from Twitch, and so I'm just like, might as well, it's just good. It's just good to spread. And for people that do both and are willing to come over on Twitch and follow me, I prefer that probably in the long run because I want more viewers on my channel, and Twitch doesn't take the YouTube ones into account. But in the meantime, it's just nice to have a bigger audience no matter where they're coming from. Man, I can't believe I did that. That would have been mate if they hadn't been able to capture that. I think. Let's see. But honestly, it it really depends on the social networking people have done too, because some people have Um, oh, I've been playing since I was like 5. My dad taught me, but I've never had a coach. And my biggest problem is inconsistency. I can play very well, I can do very well sometimes, but I can also just be really, really bad and just make really dumb mistakes. And I'm honestly not sure what, like, I don't understand why I'm having a hard time, or like, it's like, why can't I just get over these mistakes or whatever? It seems kind of weird. I don't really understand why it is as hard as it is for me. Anyway, I was just saying I feel like some people just have do really well on YouTube. Some people just really do well on Twitch, and if you can do both, that's probably a great way to do it. But some people are really successful regardless of what they're using, and I'm sure even Facebook is a good way to stream for some people. But I don't know. It's just cool that there's multiple options out there. 2 months ago? That's awesome. What's your rating? I was watching PogChamps on Twitch the other week, or a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, and I only got to see it for like 1 week, but some people got way better really fast. I was surprised. Um, that's alright. And we can even play unrated if you'd like, and if any tips would be helpful, I'm all for that too. Oh man. Let's see. If I got there. And then, yeah, I feel like this is really complicated. It would be easier to mate with a knight. I mean, with a queen or something, but like queens are off the board right now. This is like such a complicated position. It's just really hard to know what's good, and I don't feel like it necessarily has to be drawn out this much. Yeah, I'm totally fine with unrated. I asked one guy if he wanted to, and he's like, we just started playing rated, and they were all rated, and I think I won every single game because he was just not that strong. But honestly, it's like I'm totally fine with unrated, especially if I know that my opponent is a lot less experienced. Yeah, I've heard that too. But the other thing is, I know some people like don't use Facecam, and then they feel like they have to for the rest of time because they've shown themselves or whatever. And so I might, especially if I feel like I just keep struggling. But I also kind of just I like the idea of feeling like I don't have to do that. Maybe it is good, and yeah, it might help. At some point, I might do that, but I don't know. We'll see. It does seem like that helps, but I'm not sure how much that really helps versus, you know, I don't know. It probably does. And to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Like, obviously, I'd like to grow, but I'm in no rush either. I'm just kind of having fun with it. I used to try to find a real job, but my vision isn't very good, and so I have like, um, I looked for a job for a while, and nobody wants to hire me because my vision isn't very good. So to them, I'm just a liability, and they don't want to deal with it. And so, like, I worked for Amazon. I got fired because of discrimination and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't need a lot of money. I have some, and so I'm just gonna do Twitch. It's fun. I enjoy chess, whether I'm successful at Twitch or not. And if I do get successful at Twitch in the long run, that could be really good for me. So giving it a nice shot, and yeah, maybe someday I'll get a face cam. But to be honest, like, I'm using a laptop, and I'm also at my dining room table, and I literally just don't have a good place to set up everything, like face cam and 2 monitors and all this stuff. Like, I have the chessboard on one monitor, or on one half of the screen, and I have the chat on the other half of the screen, so it's not even like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, to be honest. So I just feel like I don't know that I'm ever going to be super, um, professional or normal and stuff. It's like I want to do as well as I can and be somewhat professional, but on the other hand, I kind of like the idea of just doing what I can. And ooh, let's see. I wanted to try to bring my other rook over, but there's not really a good way to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna always keep looking for ways to grow. And if I've made enough improvements to where I feel like the main thing I have left to do is get a face cam, then I might try to make that work. Hey, I appreciate it, and honestly, it's fine. Like, I'm just trusting God. I don't want to be rich. I don't care about money, really. I mean, it's sad that discrimination happens, but it does. And honestly, I just deal with it. It's hard, but things are what they are, and I'm just gonna not worry about it too much. I just have to move on and just know that someday there will be heaven. Someday I don't have to worry about that anymore, and you know, just deal with it because it is what it is, and it's fine. I get Social Security. I don't want to have. I don't need a lot. I've never felt like I need a lot. It's just I don't care that much about money, to be honest. So I'm not worried about it, even though you know it's the physical things just aren't as important as the spiritual things in the long run. Yeah, I hope so. It's interesting. I was watching one streamer today, and um, he was talking about ads, and he said so much of the time, I or other people, if I'm going to go on and watch a streamer and the first thing I see is an ad, I just turn it off. It's like, that's dumb. Like, you don't know anything about the streamer if it's a new streamer until after you see them. But if you just turn it off because there's an ad, and that's going to happen no matter what the channel is. So it's like, there's no point. I just don't understand that much. And so that's already difficult. And I'm just like, that's just another hurdle. And that's like something everybody has to deal with. But it's kind of ridiculous. And it just showed me, wow, I really don't know. I didn't even think about that. That never crossed my mind that people might decide not to watch just because they click on me and then there's an ad first thing. I actually just signed up for Twitch Turbo today. And I think I'd heard of it, but I forgot about it. And I just realized, ad free is just amazing and a really good idea. And because I'm not spending money on certain other things I used to, um, I'm not, I used to play RuneScape and I'm not really doing that right now. So it's just like, okay, that's worth it. Maybe it's good for me to sign up for Turbo now because I'm watching streamers more and I'm, streaming more myself. And so I don't mind spending a little bit of money on Twitch now. Hey, what's... Oh, yeah, hey, what's up? You've been on though, or did somebody else come on that I didn't notice? Just say, oh, Just saying hello again. I was a little bit confused. Like I said, after this game is just taking a long time, but I feel like I'm almost done now. I think I really have almost gotten them. I think if I'm going to move my rook to A1 now that they aren't there, and then after that, I can move the other rook in, and it should be checkmate. Um, well, let me see. I'm trying to see. I can't. Okay, A1 and then A4 would be checkmate. That's what I'm going to try to do. Shoot, now that they've gone back, though, that's not going to work. Let's see. Okay. Unfortunately, they still have A5. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get this done. It's taking a while. Can't go there because of the knight, can't go there because of bishops. Okay, so I'll start by going here. And then next move should be mate. So I'll just tell you one tip I give. One tip, anytime I see people that are under 1,000, one thing I see often is just a lot of hanging pieces, a lot of pieces not being defended. And the other thing that can happen is just not developing. So I'd say the two biggest things to work on is if you can, keep your pieces safe and get all your pieces out. Those are the two things that I feel like are uh, pretty big. Let's see. Oh yeah, the bishop defends the knight, so I don't have to worry about that. And then the knight will defend the rook. What? Oh my gosh, I wasn't even thinking about that. This is taking forever. I totally wasn't thinking about that. I should have done the other check first. Dang it, I really messed up. It's okay. That's one thing I've really learned is that everybody has. I'm just going to get a queen, and that way it'll be really easy to finish because I've lost most of my main pieces, so that'll make it way easier. Everybody. That's one thing I've discovered. I've even thought about being a coach because I'm not that good, to be honest. I think in the Chess Federation, I'm 1,197. Partly because I played a lot of high-rated players and lost the majority of my first games. Partly just my inconsistency, whatever. But the point is, high is like 2,000 is like expert, 2,100 is like national master. So like I'm not very good by those standards. And like I said, my biggest issue is inconsistency. I'm not really good. It's just that I'm okay. And so honestly, I think the biggest thing is just keep improving, and there's always going to be somebody better, and there's always going to be someone worse than you, no matter who you are. Huh. I kind of want to. I don't know. I guess I'll defend this pawn. I just feel like I should have won by now. Oh shoot! I could have. I I'm missing a ton of wins. I keep finding ways that I could have won, and I'm just not. I'm just missing a ton of stuff. They're making it pretty easy now, though. Now they're trapped in the back row, and now I just get a queen, and next move I really will win. Maybe, although I just realized I can't get to the back row from here. I guess if I move my king up, I'll be able to. What did they do? But yeah, I missed so many victories this time. There we go. Finally. Took long enough. Alright. So advisor, I'm ready. I will just go to my challenges, or go to my the starting screen here and figure out how to do this. I have challenged like once before. I think I can figure out how to do this. Oh wait, I can just go to friends. That's really easy to do. Doesn't look like you're on right now. I did accept when I was playing the game earlier, but if you get on, I will send you a challenge. And I'll make sure it's unrated. Oh. Okay. Sweet. Thanks. I didn't even see you earlier. Awesome. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I didn't know what time you did. I'm willing to do all the way down to 10-minute because I know most people are wanting to play faster, but I actually like 30-minute because while I try to play fast, it gives you a chance to be slower if you want to. Thanks. I don't really feel like it was because there were a lot of times that I could have won sooner and missed checkmate opportunities that I saw after the fact, so I feel like I should have won before I did, but at least I won. I'd be interested in playing you too sometime, so definitely feel free to request me, and I can play you either after this game or another time. Hmm. That's one thing. It's always good to look at what your opponent did. Like, that's normally a good tactic because the king is pinned, but that's why I moved the king into the corner so that I could take the bishop. So, in addition to what your own plan is, that's another thing to learn early on. It's always good to see, it's like, what did my opponent do? Did it make a difference? Did it make it, you know, is my plan still valid or is it not going to work now for some reason? So, always good to consider that. I definitely make mistakes, but it's always just good to double check, be like, okay, is there a mistake or is there a reason that your opponent plays the move they play? But I learned early on to never underestimate my opponents because I taught a friend how to play, and she literally won our first game because I let her get a pawn in the back row and get a queen because I was planning on checkmate the very next move, and it ended up not working because her getting a queen put me in check, and so that completely ruined things for me. But honestly, like it almost worked. I almost got a chance to checkmate her at the very beginning, um, and then I just underestimated her because I was expecting to win easily. So I always try to play my best because um, I always try to play well because I just never like to assume that people are going to play poorly. And the other thing is, even low rated players sometimes play really well. And I feel like there's so many free resources watching YouTube videos and stuff like that that it's really easy to improve. And so I've had some really good games even against some pretty low rated players at times. Uh, I forgot about taking the queen with the knight. I was so set on my plan. I just kind of was playing too fast and wasn't paying attention to that. But you're right, I should have done that. Um, I guess I just saw my plan of trading queens and doing this, and so I just stuck to it. But you're right, I should have done that. But to be honest, I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm already, so much higher rated and stuff that it kind of makes me glad that I didn't do the best move. Oh shoot, why did I do that? Well, it does defend the rook, but that was kind of lucky. I wasn't paying attention. Wow, that was just amazing. I can't believe I actually made a decent move there. Let's see. Hmm, let's see. Honestly, I'm not playing my best right now either. I mean, as you saw from the last game. And like I said, you may not have seen it, but I saw multiple times where I could have gotten checkmate and didn't. So I feel like I'm just not playing very well right now. I played a decent amount earlier on stream today. I played tonight for a while. I'm probably just getting tired and stuff, so I'm probably just not doing my best right now. Wait, uh, it's not. It wasn't age 6. It was age 5, I believe, because my knight was on f3. So I believe it was age 5. Age 6 is where the pawn is, and the I captured the bishop with the pawn. But it's age 5. But I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, sure, sounds good. Just send me a request, and or yes, if you send me a friend request, then I'll send you. We can play after this one. Man, I feel like I'm so close. Oh, I actually have a mate in one move, potentially. I just now realized. There it is. The knights are doing work. One defending the escape square and one doing the attack. Uh, can I rematch him, or did you want to play right now? Do you have time, or can I do him one more? Cool, thanks. You too. That was pretty. I guess we can do one more. I feel like they can go pretty quick. Oh, okay. Sounds good. I will accept the friend request and send you a challenge. Awesome. I'm going. Okay. I just need to make my screen larger real quick. Yeah, I'll just do it now. I guess he'd already left. I'm sure if you guys will, you know, I'll see you other times too. It doesn't all have to be now, but I can play you now because the rematch was declined, and yeah, I accepted your friend request. So if you get on, I can send you a challenge, or of course you could send me one also. Okay, awesome. I like this though. I really enjoy playing people that I see on stream. It's just really fun. It's really cool to, and even playing some lower rated players that I normally wouldn't be playing because, normally I play people within 200 points if I just play randomly. So it's kind of neat to just get challenges from other people. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but it aborted really fast or something, and I just sent you a rematch. So, you know, feel free, or maybe there's an issue going on. I'm not really sure. Or maybe I should send you one separately. Okay. Oh, did it work? I think it started. Oh, it's 10-minute. Nice, that works. I don't like to do faster than that, but I'm cool with that. Oh, it's set on that automatically. I don't know if you did that or not. Okay, I guess I'll send you another challenge. I don't know what happened there. What happened? I didn't even send that. Okay, cool. It's okay. We got it now. This isn't a big deal, but I'm just going to tell you because I just learned this on a video the other day. It was recommended that with queen pawn openings, you move your c pawn before you move the knight because the idea is it helps control the center, and if you don't want to, and that way you can get your knight out without blocking the pawn from advancing, and it's pretty cool because I mean I don't want to necessarily gambit, and so I'm actually going to move this pawn up to defend it with the bishop first. But my point is, I actually learned that on a video recently. So, you know, even though it seems like I'm really good, and in some ways maybe I am, I feel like I'm always still learning too. Chess is so complicated, there's always more to learn. Okay. And of course, trading a side pawn for a center pawn is pretty good too. So I like that. You're doing pretty well though, as far as getting all your pieces out mostly and so forth. It's been going pretty quickly, so that's great. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know what to do here. Um. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Ooh, I wish I'd done that instead. Dang it. I thought about castling the other way, but I couldn't have done it right now anyway. Actually, I could have. You're not allowed to castle through check as long as the king doesn't pass over a square that's being attacked, but, you know, it's, wow, okay. This could be risky, but let's see if I can do this. This type of position can be pretty dangerous, and I wouldn't always recommend grabbing these pawns because it's pretty easy to get your queen somewhat trapped or whatever. I did that because it was attacking the knight and the knight was undefended, and I can now take this pawn. It does seem like in this case I'm probably not getting trapped, but if you ever do decide to try to um, go pawn grabbing, I feel like especially if you try to get the B or G pawns with the queen, it's always worth looking at that and being like, hey, is this a position where maybe the queen can get trapped? Because that can happen sometimes. I just knew that in this case I'd be able to get away. But the other thing that's a disadvantage to me is you've got both rooks. It's really easy for you to attack me with any rook, and they're defending each other, that kind of thing. So I love giving this tip because I'm talking about why I'm maybe something for me to be aware of, and I prefer that rather than trying to say you're doing this wrong or whatever. Like, if you want a specific tip, that's great, but in this case I'm just talking about my own play because you can definitely learn from it. Just be like, yeah, a lot of times grabbing those pawns can be really dangerous, and those are the times the queen is most likely to get trapped. So um, for either of you, if you ever have a specific tip that you want, or specific way you want to improve, any advice you think I can give, feel free to ask. I don't want to give too many tips unless you ask for it, because if you really want to improve a lot and I can help you with that, that's great. But if you're just enjoying it, whether you do well or not, then that's totally cool too. So I just want to do whatever's helpful. Okay, well, oh, I can just take that. This position really took a lot of calculation. I mean, I already got the one piece, so I saw that if you take my queen, I can take your queen, so that's why I did that. But yeah, that's the kind of, I know sometimes people who don't play at all are like, you have to think a whole bunch of moves ahead, and a lot of times that's not the case. But this is one of those positions where it helped for me to see a few moves ahead and be like, oh well, if you take my queen, I take your queen, so it works out for me. Oh, sure. That sounds interesting. I do appreciate, getting to just play a variety of people, and I'm definitely up for playing the same person multiple times, but You know, I feel like the more people, the better. It's just kind of fun to get that variety. Let's see. What do we do here? Oh, ooh, I just got a really nice idea here. Never mind, not really. Are you serious? Is he really Grandmaster? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I have played one master. I played a guy who he's from New Zealand and he he's from New Zealand and he's really good and he was playing like 10 people at the same time and it was super cool. So, I have played and I think I played another master at some point too, but I don't remember who it was. So, that's definitely really interesting. Uh, I'm already leading, so I'm just going to take that, I think. It'll be easier to believe if I actually see him, if it's actually his account. I mean, it's always possible because grandmasters are part of somebody's family, so it's like it's always possible, but it's kind of hard to believe to actually run into that. Let's see. Okay, sounds good. Um, I will. I'll let him or you or whoever send me a challenge after. Just whenever he's ready, he can send me a challenge. Maybe it is easier if he uses your account so that the friend request has already been made and so forth. But um, I'll just let you send me the challenge when you're ready because I don't want to do it when you're not ready, that kind of thing. But as soon as this game is over, I'm up for it. Um, so, oh wow, how am I doing on time? I think I have 3 minutes something to. Oh, I have almost 4 minutes, so I'm ahead a little bit. But that's one reason I try not to do fast games because I don't do very well under pressure usually. Good night, night. I'm gonna be done pretty soon. It's only a 10-minute game, and we are pretty far along already. He, he's got 2.5 minutes, and I had around 4 minutes left on my entire clock, so it's not gonna take that much longer, I don't think. I didn't read your entire message just because I'm trying to conserve time, and I'm a slow reader because my vision isn't very good. So, but I know you said to be quick, and that's why I mentioned. But I didn't read the end of that message. I'm just at this point, I really need to focus on just. Uh, at this point, I need to just focus on finishing up because we have so little time left. Oh, okay. I just read the end of the message while he was moving that time. And honestly, if he has anything to do, I don't know what his timing is like. I'd say let's do it a different night because I don't want him to feel like, you know, like I'm trying to make something happen, like it should happen now, whatever. If he has anything else to do or it's better for him to just do it another time, let's just do it another time. All right, good game. That one, I'm just gonna look at the time real quick. Because I know that I was getting low on time also, at least for me. Like I just don't do well under pressure. I had 307, but I started pre-moving. I started being a lot faster, and it's hard for me to be fast. So like, I'm glad I found a super solid plan that couldn't be stopped. The knight couldn't be dislodged. The knight defended the rook, and it just prevented the king from going over there. But that was fortunate that I put myself in such a good position. You did pretty well though. Um, I just feel like I happened to find a really easy plan to follow, and so it just made it an easy game. But that was hard to deal with. I wasn't really paying that much attention to your pawns because I knew it was going to be checkmate as soon as I got there. All right. If you really want to send me a challenge, you can. I don't know how fast he wants to be. Like I said, I don't like to do faster than 10 minutes, and or slower than 10 minutes. And again, if you just watch me future times, feel free to follow or on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube or both or whatever you want to do. And I can definitely do it another time. It doesn't have to be tonight for playing your dad. I certainly don't want him to feel like he needs to do it, if he has work soon. Oh, whoops, clicked on the wrong one. Yes. Okay, I moved and it's not even counting your time down, so I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure it's not actually working for some reason. Oh, it did. That's weird. I didn't see the time counting down at all, so I wasn't sure. Ooh, I feel like I kind of messed up there a little bit, maybe. It's not that bad, but could be better. Uh, Not a bad move. Knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. Okay. I feel like I should have, instead of moving my queen, I think, if I'm remembering the move orders right, I feel like I should have moved my bishop and just the um, taken the pawn. Shoot. I don't like this. Hmm. Wait a minute. I could do that. Interesting. Wait, not there. I go here. Is that good at all? That's okay, I guess, maybe. I don't know if I can win this, to be honest. It might have been really good if I had taken the G7 pawn with my bishop instead of moving my knight out. That might have been awesome, and I'm honestly not sure. But, uh, man, this looks good. Ooh, that's terrible. I can't take that. Because the, if I take that, that doesn't work because the that doesn't work because then they could take with put me in check and the queen would be hanging. So that I can't do that. I am going to bring back up my bishop. That was a really tricky move. A lot of people would fall for that, but I'm not going to this time. That was a way for me to lose my queen, though. Not falling for it. Let's see. What did they do? Okay, rook. That's a pretty good move. Oh, shoot. That wasn't good. All right, I'm done. That was bad. I should have kept my queen there, probably, to be honest. What? That's impossible. There's no way I went down that much. The rating. Oh, it was rated. I didn't realize. I understand because the rating is really low. That makes sense. It was a pretty decent game. I just I should have left the king there. I'm not sure what I should have done, but I should have done something different. Leaving the king there, it was scary because I really wanted to take that knight, and I knew I couldn't take the knight safely. But I should have just done some other move, like even my light squared bishop maybe, or I don't know what. But thanks. I really believe he's good. I mean, I don't know if the g6 pawn was really hanging. I don't know if it was safe to take it or if I had to do what I did earlier, but there was one point where I feel like I could have done that and that would have prevented castling. And I just feel like maybe I should have done that. I might have missed a really good opportunity, but as well as the rest of the game was played, I don't know if that would have done it for me or not anyway. That was awesome, though. And honestly, like, I didn't know I could go down 15. I thought 14 was the max, so that's pretty amazing. Yeah, cool, thanks. I would love to do it another time sometime. I don't really want to do another one like that now, um, because I play a lot of chess already, and I like playing people that are better than me because it'll help me grow and so forth. But yeah, I'd love to do it again another time for sure. That was awesome. I you know, I feel like that was one of my I feel like that was pretty good overall. I don't know if you saw the that combination. If I had taken the knight on D3, the bishop would have taken and it would have been check and my queen was hanging. Like, I guess what I should have done maybe is see if I could find a way to defend my queen. Um, Maybe I should have. The bishop wasn't really doing anything. Instead of moving the king, I'm thinking maybe I should have tried bishop e2 to have another attacker on the knight because the bishop wasn't doing anything currently anyway. So I think if I played bishop e2 instead, then the knight really would have been attacked. So I wish I'd done that instead. I might. Huh. I kind of wanted to try an analysis board, but I'm not sure if I know how to start from a certain position. And I kind of wanted to start from, instead of me moving the king, I wanted to try the bishop move and see how things would have gone, because I think that would have been better. It would have been interesting to see what happened if I'd done that. Awesome, cool, thanks. Good to have you, and look forward to seeing you again. I'm gonna stream almost every day. Um, Occasionally I don't get to. Sometimes it's just later in the evening because I have stuff during the day. I work 1 day a week with a friend of mine, and then 1 day a week I normally go to a friend's house, although not right now because he has COVID. But the point is, there's those 2 days, and then every other Sunday I meet with my family, and I don't usually stream on that Sunday. So like this week, that wasn't the case, and so I streamed a lot today. Next Sunday I won't be very much, but I generally stream at least 5 or 6 days a week, sometimes seven. So quite a bit. It's good to have you. I might actually uh, get going pretty soon. I might play another game or two, but yeah, it'll be good to see you next time. I'm gonna just do one more long game, and depending on how it goes, it might be the last one. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah. Hopefully. He just told me, um, all right, thanks. Have a good one. Yeah, he just told me on Monday that he wasn't. I think it was. No. I called him on Thursday, Friday, and he said he was feeling sick. His roommate had it. I found out the day before, so. Yep. Yeah, have a good one. Let's see. I didn't even know there were YouTube emotes or whatever those are. I don't really do much on YouTube other than the fact that I happen to be streaming to both places at once, but I'm not sure what that is. It's really cool. Okay. Rats. Do that. Politics. Pawn takes. Knight takes. Knight takes. Shoot. Oh geez, the bishop isn't even out. I forgot about that. But that adds another defender to the pawn, so I kind of like that as well. Oh shoot. Okay, the bishop is the only thing attacking the knight. That's good. That knight is gonna be in trouble. I think it might be okay. So we'll see. Oh, there's another emote at the end of one of the messages that I missed earlier, or I haven't been paying that much attention. Nice. That's awesome. Huh, wonder what's going on here. I hope they move at some point. Oh man, I wish it hadn't been standard. I think 10 is just normal standard rating, and I wish we hadn't done a rated game at that. level. Because, goodness, I really don't want to. I really don't want to go down 15 in one game. That's kind of harsh. Oh, 1172. I didn't even check their rating earlier. Oh, good. They moved. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if they were going to at first. Huh. If I take with pawn, then I really can't. I guess I can take the knight. I think the knight's not really guarding this square anyway. And I kind of like the idea of the pawns being messed up there. Now I'm going to castle. Uh-oh, I wasn't even thinking. The bishop was undefended. How did I miss that? That's really bad. That's awful. I cannot believe I just did that. I wasn't even thinking. Goodness. That was like obvious, and I just let it happen. I cannot believe I just gave away a piece. I should have taken the bishop right away instead of castling. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna get going. Honestly, really annoys me. I feel like I'm already down a bunch. I don't know. Like, it might be okay, sort of. I might play a couple more moves just in case, but I feel like I'm just wanting to end it here, to be honest. I'm pretty sad because I feel like I should have just seen that and somehow didn't. Kind of sad, honestly. Hmm. Kind of want to take that pawn. Well, yeah, there's kind of too much going on right now. Okay, I'm just gonna resign because I'm already down a ton and it's just not that worth it. Um, Feel free to follow or subscribe for anybody new, and really enjoyed the games, really enjoyed the um, conversation, and have a good one. I will be on tomorrow quite a bit, afternoon and evening, and then I will be back. I'm not sure the day I'm working this week, that kind of stuff yet, but I'll definitely